Well, hello and welcome to the Informed Traveler Podcast, a weekly travel podcast where our goal is to help you become a more informed traveler. And I'm your host, Randy Sharman. If you've heard any of the stories lately involving the airline industry about parts falling off aircraft and industry workers saying our planes aren't safe, it might make you a little nervous to fly. And those stories only add to the anxiety nervous flyers already have. So in a few seconds, travel expert Onanta Forbes will join me to discuss how to help get over that fear of flying. Then we'll talk cruising again with David Yeskel, the cruise guru. We'll have the second of two segments on the newest cruise ships. If you remember, last week David talked about the Sun Princess. This week it's MSC Cruises' new ship, World Europa. And Ken Stewart from Crowfoot Travel Solutions will be along to give us a few destination ideas and travel deals with our weekly roundup. But first, let's kick things off chatting with travel expert Onanta Forbes, who joins us each week to discuss some of the travel news and travel trends. You can follow her adventures on Instagram, Facebook, and X at Onanta Forbes. OnantaForbes.com is her website. Hi, Onanta.
Hi, Randy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We're going to talk about the fear of flying or lack thereof when it comes to people like me. Do you have a fear of flying at all?
I don't. No, I'm actually really happy to be on a plane. I pretend when we're taking off, I'm the pilot. So I'm right into it. It's one of my I think my best sights are always a plane taking off or a plane or landing.
I have to agree, like 100%. I am a flying buff. I've always enjoyed it. I've always been fascinated by how thousands and thousands of pounds of steel get off the ground the way it does. And the number of flights that go by daily and nothing happens. Maybe I'm just naive. I don't know. But no, I've always enjoyed it. And I have no idea what it's like to feel anxious or scared of flying. And I know people who I have friends of mine who are, and I cannot comprehend it. So I do feel for them. So we're going to try and help them out.
Right. And it's interesting why you say you don't know why they feel that way. So I was looking into different reasons, and one of them is claustrophobia. So
Oh,
people with claustrophobia often experience a fear of flying due to the confined quarters and a lack of personal space. Or you might have a general fear of heights that could lead to a fear of flying, or social or germ phobia. So that often develops a fear because they're forced to spend long periods of time with strangers.
well, those all sound like very valid points. And, if you are a nervous flyer and you've listened to some of the news stories lately about parts falling off aircraft and whistleblowers saying that planes aren't safe, that just adds to the anxiety, doesn't it?
Right. So even though we're in media, sometimes media perpetuates a situation that it does bring it into the forefront. And yeah, there's lots of different train incidents that have happened since January of this year that we can chat about. But yeah, it's always good. I always think information is power. So just kind of break it down into what really is bugging you and trying to figure out a way to address it.
And I always look at it this way. If there's an incident on an aircraft or anything like that, the best time to, go on an airplane is after that incident, because you're going to be sure that everyone is double checking everything because they don't want that to happen to them. I'm assuming that anyways, that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, what you just said is good because I had a friend that traveled the day after 9/11, and she said it was very much everything it was being checked and analyzed and rechecked. So it's a lot of things go into making sure that your flight is safe. And safety is first, even though you get annoyed at delays and so on. I think airlines truly have that premise in mind that they won't fly unless they're 100% sure.
Well, we're going to try and alleviate some of that fear of flying. We got an article called "How to Get Over the Fear of Flying" from a frequent traveler, and this is from the folks from Travel Lingual. So we have to give them a bit of a plug. It's travel-lingual.com is their website. So you want to go on there. There's all kinds of interesting things. One of the first thing that popped into my head though was this check a turbulence forecast. I had no idea you could actually do this, so I clicked on a couple of websites, and yeah, you can check for a turbulence forecast.
That's amazing. And these forecasters analyze the wind and weather patterns along with your flight path and provide a detailed chart of potential turbulence zones. So if you do this proactively, you can alleviate some of your anxiety by offering insights of when to expect the turbulence,
Mhm.
and keep in mind that forecasts are subject to change, particularly on longer flights.
Flywithcourage.com is one of them. Turbly.com is another. You just have to Google turbulence forecast and you come up with a couple of sites. So that's one way to kind of alleviate your anxiety before you even get on the plane. But there's other tips as well, right? What you can do.
Right. So avoid caffeine before your flight. It is, as it is known, to elevate your heart rate and potentially, increase your anxiety. So even, and that wouldn't include like pop and soda as well.
Hmm.
So to opting out of caffeine can help your body at ease, and it may intensify feelings of anxiety during your flight. So you might want to look at an alternative like herbal tea, which can contribute to a calmer state of mind. So there's lots of other options, and I think people are getting so health focused that they recognize the effects of caffeine.
See, I like a cup of coffee on the plane.
Oh, do
So
you? Oh, well,
that's not going to work. But then I'm not anxious anyway. So,
yeah, there you
anyways,
go.
what else?
So I actually agree with this one because I do kind of hear different sounds on the plane. And I'm thinking, well, what does that mean? Like, because if you don't know where they're coming from, but a lot of these noises are often routine and they indicate the aircraft's normal operation. So maybe you're hearing a ding or a ping or a whoosh. It just simply means that the aircraft has reached 10,000 feet and flight attendants can start their in-flight duties. So it also could mean that it's like a sound could be a communication tool for the flight staff, and mechanical sounds such as the wing adjustment for takeoff and landing are also customary. Talk to your flight crew when they're able to, because they'll give you tips about what you're hearing and explain the turbulence and other factors. Also, aviation specialists are online.
Yeah, and you raise a good point, and they do in this write up as well. Talk to your flight crew. Like if you're a nervous flyer, let them know,
Mhm.
and at least they can try and calm your nerves. They can explain things, and they can keep an eye on you. And maybe the person sitting next to you, if they know that as well, maybe they can help you out. Just those types of things. It doesn't hurt just to say, hey, you know what? I'm a nervous flyer. Help me out
Yeah.
here, right?
And maybe you want to treat yourself to and maybe upgrade your seat to an economy or to premium economy or business. And then you're closer to the front. You can see, you have more specialized or custom attention because there's a dedicated flight attendant there. So there's lots of things that you could do.
And they do. They suggest things like deep breathing exercises, things that help you relax, visualization, all those types of things that you can do just to alleviate any of that nervousness, right?
Right. And we know we have heard recent stories. A lady that did have a very big anxiety attack on board and tried to open a plane door, which we don't want. So yeah, it's your own benefit and those around you to take control of your situation and try to do whatever you can to manage your flight. Because flying, you just think about it. You're going to a new place, or you're going to go visit friends and family, or you're going to go on a vacation or a cruise. That's happy thoughts.
Exactly, exactly. And I know that it's easy for us to say because we're not nervous flyers. So any kind of logical kind of stuff, I don't think works. Like I can say all the statistics around safety and all that stuff to someone who's a nervous flyer. They don't care. So
No,
I think a little compassion and sort of, you kind of have to help them out, but logic isn't going to work to try and change their mind or alleviate their stress when it comes to flying.
no, no. You might want to even talk to your doctor about maybe some medication that might relax you.
Anyways, those are a few tips. You can find more information. This is from the folks at Travel Lingual, their website, travel-lingual. There's probably all kinds of other tips. And I think, yeah, if it really is a problem for you, getting some medical advice probably might be good tips as well. Always great to chat. Onanta Forbes is a travel expert. You can follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Onanta Forbes. OnantaForbes.com is her website. Great chatting with you, Onanta.
Always with you. Take care.
Well, we're going to talk cruising again with David Yeskel, the cruise guru, with the second of our two segments on the newest cruise ships. If you remember, last week David talked about the Sun Princess. This week it's MSC Cruises' new ship, World Europa, and he wrote about it recently for TravelMarketReport.com in a story titled MSC World Europa offers sneak preview at MSC World America. And David joins us now to discuss it further. You can follow his cruising adventures on X at Cruise Guru. His website is oceancruise.guru. Hi again, David.
Hey, Randy.
Let's talk about the MSC World Europa. You actually, people can read about it on the Travel Market Report website, travelmarketreport.com. MSC World Europa offers sneak peek at MSC World America. So I'm assuming sooner or later there's going to be a World America coming out.
There's a sister ship coming up that will be in the Caribbean just about a year from now in April 2025. So,
So tell us about the MSC World Europa. I got to careful how I pronounce that there. It's
yeah,
kind of a
this was
tongue
a really,
twister.
yeah, it is a tongue twister. This is a really cool ship, Randy. And I have to say, I cruise a lot. I'm on a lot of different ships.
Mm-hmm.
No ship is perfect. I'm pretty critical, but if any ship comes close, it's this one.
Oh.
I have to say, I was super impressed by MSC World Europa. It's the first ship in MSC's world class of ships. So they're I used to call them an up and coming cruise company. They're not up and coming anymore. They're here and they're big and they're building ships faster than any other cruise company in the world, and they improve on each new class of ships that they bring out is an improvement over the last class, and they learn from the last class, and they correct where necessary, and they enhance, and this ship was just so great in every way. It's first of all excellent cuisine with a focus on Mediterranean specialties. So
Mm-hmm.
so since the ship is sailing in Europe, they're catering more towards Europeans. Um, on this voyage and on these cruises on when while the ships in Europe, the majority of guests are Italian, Spanish, French, Germans. English speakers were a minority on my cruise and on all these World Europa cruises. I'd say I was told there were about 300 North Americans on this cruise out of 6,400 total passengers.
Wow.
So it's geared more towards Europeans, and that's great because it's a real immersion into European gastronomy and design also. So getting back to the cuisine, a focus on Mediterranean specialties, pastas, the pizzas. Every day there are 6 different pastas available on the ship, and great sauces and things we never even see here, and 4 types of pizza and great pastries, just great food. And the ship is drop dead gorgeous. There's this 3-deck central atrium called the World Galleria. It really rivals any upscale shoreside mall with restaurants, entertainment, great people watching, shopping. It's kind of the spine of the ship, and there's it's a social hub, and you're walking around, and all the restaurants and bars are located off of this galleria. So the ship's gorgeous, the food's great, and there's a lot of other great things on board. The entertainment is awesome. So MSC has always excelled at this non-language dependent entertainment because they
Hmm.
carry so many different um, um, national groups
Hmm.
that they can't they can't do everything in one language, obviously. So the entertainment is mostly non-language dependent musicals, and they're beautiful. And it's really they use top tier talent and great production values and great costumes and maybe a little bit of English thrown in, but the singing is great. The entertainment's awesome. It's cool. All those features really make it an awesome ship.
Well, it sounds like it. And when you mentioned six different pastas, I love pasta
Yeah,
and
great.
pizza and pastries. So I would think I would have to find an exercise area somewhere I'd be gaining
Yeah,
a lot of weight on one of their cruises.
you would. And so, but this is a mega ship. So this is a giant ship, 5,200 guests at double occupancy.
Wow.
On my voyage, since there were a lot of kids in third and fourth um, berths in the cabins, there were 6,400 guests.
Yikes.
And that's, I have to tell you, that's a lot of humanoids
It
in
is.
one place. And I can't say that I really noticed it on the ship because the ship has so many areas to spread out on, and it's so
Hmm.
huge, um, and so many great outdoor areas. I mean, so many pools. But where I did notice it is getting back on the ship in ports. So,
Ah,
when it gets close to sailing time, like we were in Palermo, Sicily, and the ship sailed maybe 6 p.m. Everybody's supposed to be back on board by 5:30. At 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the terminal to come back to the ship, there were thousands of
I
passengers,
bet.
and that was a slow process. I mean, everybody's got to go through security. They can't get past that, of course.
Yeah.
And so that's where you feel the bottleneck on a ship that big. So people
Hmm.
just have to be prepared for that, and know that it's going to take longer to get off the ship and to get back on the ship and prepare for it. But
Yeah.
once you're on board, they do a very good job of managing the guests, and there's so many venues and so many restaurants. Like for instance, there are five main dining rooms. So you're not eating dinner in this massive dining room. You're split. You're into smaller dining room that are spread throughout the ship. So it's not the feel, you don't feel that mass essentially.
Yeah. Do you know, like, do you have your choice of where do you can go eat, or
You,
do you have to
so
set that up
so
beforehand?
right, so you're initially assigned to one dining room. You can make MSC will allow you to make one change during the cruise. You could change to another dining room and another fixed seating time. So mostly they're fixed seatings, early or late, and you're assigned to one of those. Now, as you move up the scale in terms of cabins, you can book into what MSC calls their Aria class. That's their spa class. So with that, for a little more money, you get access to the thermal area of the spa, which is beautiful, by the way. And there's a separate dining room, serves the same menu as the other main dining rooms, but that one you can come in at any time. So there are benefits to that. Obviously, much less crowded,
Hmm.
smaller, more intimate space. So for a little more money, you can enjoy an upgraded experience on MSC by booking into their Aurea class. That's Aurea. That's the name of their spa. And you have the ability to eat in this dining room where you can come in at any time between, I don't know, 5:30 and 9:30 p.m., say, to eat dinner. And it's a really nice experience.
Hmm.
And
Uh,
then I'm sorry, as you move up the scale, MSC has this cool ship within a ship luxury product called Yacht Club.
oh,
And this is a complete, you know, how some I liken it to, some of the hotels in Las Vegas, like Mandalay Bay on the top four floors, there's a Four Seasons, say.
yeah.
And you can just take the entrance to Four Seasons. You can spend all your time in Four Seasons or come down into Mandalay Bay and play and gamble in the casino there and do whatever you want to see the shows. But only the Four Seasons guests can get back into their Four Seasons hotel.
Got it. Yeah.
This works the same way. It's a ship within a ship, so it's key card controlled, and the guests in Yacht Club have their own dedicated pool. There's a dedicated restaurant, dedicated lounge, dedicated sun deck. They're all suites. There are butlers servicing the suites. So you could just come aboard, and some guests do, and spend their entire voyage in Yacht Club and be happy, be
And be
happy with it,
happy.
and be happy
Yeah.
with it. Or what some guests do is they like to experience the large shows and the casino
Hmm.
and see the other experience everything else on board and the top deck activities. And so they can come out and enjoy all those things and then go back to their
To their yacht club.
semi-private, to their yacht club. So it's a really cool concept, Randy. It's really cool. And it's priced lower than other, I would say, luxury cruises in the industry.
Hmm.
The starting price point is lower than on those.
Hmm.
And plus they include the premium drink package, internet package. The suites are just gorgeous, beautifully designed and really comfortable suites. So you're getting a true luxury experience inside of what is really a mass market cruise ship.
Yeah.
And and it's a really cool concept and it works. And they've perfected this now. They have it on most of their ships. It's MSC Yacht Club, and it works well, especially on a ship this big, and also for people, multi-generational families. It's great for. So the kids can go out and enjoy what they want to. The parents or grandparents can stay in Yacht Club and all meet up for dinner in the Yacht Club restaurant. Say all these features on this ship are really coming. The World Europa is coming to the new world next year in the form of MSC World America, which is their next ship in this class, and that ship will be based in Miami. So it'll be easier for all of us to get a look at it and get on
Hmm.
board. And I think it's going to be a big success for them because it's really, really a great ship. And MSC's product, onboard product, even on their ships in North America, very different than their competitors. So they compete in the same category of, I call it mass market or contemporary, with Royal Caribbean,
Hmm.
Norwegian, Carnival. They're in that same niche, but their ships are very different, and the feeling aboard is very different because they still have that European ambiance.
Yeah.
Even they adjust the menus, they adjust the food, a little bit more for North American palates, but they still have the pastas, they still have the pizza. The entertainment is still a little bit more European influence, so it's a great way to get immersed in a European atmosphere and ambiance while in North America. It's really the only way to do
Hmm.
that. And
Hmm.
because of that, it's different than these other brands. And I really like it for that. And it offers something very different. And it's not too strange. Like I said, they temper it, and they transition it and they shape it for North Americans, but it still has the European ambience that's at the heart of MSC's brand, and that's what makes it very different.
Yeah. Do they still like when you're talking about they're on the same level as Royal Caribbean and Norwegian? It seems to me that they have race car tracks and all those type of amenities and attractions. Do they have those on board or?
Oh, they do. Oh God, they have so much on board this ship. They're like something like, I don't know, eight pools. Um, there's a solarium on top. There's a water park. There are water slides. Inside, there's a 5D theater. There's an F1 car simulator. There's a Luna Park, which is it's kind of like this dance space, this modern dance space. There's really cool spaces on board. There's a hidden speakeasy, which was really awesome, very well hidden.
Now that
And
would be fun.
I had to have somebody tell me how to find it. You have to get an invitation. That was a cool thing. So yeah, they have a great family-friendly stuff. Kids clubs that start from 6 months old up through teens.
Oh
So
my.
a great family program, great kids clubs, and they have something that nobody else has got. They call it the world the MSC calls it the longest dry slide at sea. So going from deck 20 down to deck 8
Wow.
is this dry slide. And I actually got on it. My wife convinced me to get on it. She said, I'm going and you're going with me. I said, okay. And it was cool. And that's in this awesome area called the World Promenade. So
Ah.
imagine the aft end of the ship is split, like open at the spine. So it's outdoors, and there are balcony cabins along the split facing each other
Mhm.
and facing this open spine of the ship. And it's an open outdoor promenade with restaurants, with cafes, and this dry slide comes right down the middle of it. And it's really wild. It's a cool look, and it's a really nice area, so people can just be out there when the weather's nice, and you can have an ice cream and sit down there, have a coffee, or there's a couple of restaurants there with al fresco dining. So that slide, the top deck slides, the water park, there's so much to do for families, and the ship is really built for families or for luxury seekers. So they handle and carry all types of guests, looking for
Mhm.
all levels from the standard, as I mentioned, just the standard passenger level, what they call the Fantastica, to the Aria, where you get a little bit of an upgrade, to Yacht Club. You pick your level of exclusivity and
Yeah.
luxury, and that's yours. And the price point, very competitive. I mean, they start off at a very competitive fare,
Nice.
so they're easy to get on their ships.
If I'm a regular passenger or guest on the MSC World Europa, would I know a yacht club person if I saw them? Do they have a special like wristband or
Um,
something?
Actually, they do have a wristband. Yes, they do have a wristband, and that wristband acts to open doors to pay
Got
for
it.
their drinks.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, they don't pay for their drinks, to authenticate for their free drinks. So yes, that's the only way you would know them. That's the only way you would know them.
Every time I chat with you, I want to go on a cruise. So, David Yeskel is the cruise guru. You can find his adventures on X at Cruise Guru or his website, oceancruise.guru. It was always fun to chat with you, David. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Randy. I always enjoy it too.
This is the Informed Traveler Podcast. I'm Randy Sharman. Just want to remind you of our website, theinformedtraveler.org. That's where you can find our contact page if you have any questions or comments about the podcast. You can also email me with any questions you might have or story ideas. My email address is randy at theinformedtraveler.org. And if you want to get up-to-date travel info through the week or just see a few amusing travel stories and links, you can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/informedtraveler, or you can follow me on X at Informed Traveler. So now, as always, I'd like to end the show with our weekly roundup, and joining us to do that is Ken Stewart from Crowfoot Travel Solutions. Good day, sir. How has your week been?
It's been good. It's been good. Talking to a lot of clients. If you didn't get away this past fall or winter season, we can start looking at getting you away for your 2025 plans. Suppliers and resorts are loading all of their products right now, and we're up to all of February and a few into March already. So, and we're starting to see that a lot of the sun destination packages, some of the better dates like Christmas, New Year's, Family Day. Again, we're not into spring break yet, so expect that one to go, but they're all selling really, really well. And some resorts are getting low on inventory already. If you need those larger rooms, they're always in short supply just to, out of the gate because they don't have a lot at all the resorts. So again, if you're thinking of getting away, let's just have a discussion and see what's out there. And that'll help you kind of finalize if you're going to decide to lock yourself in or something.
Yeah, put a deposit down, and then you can
Exactly.
save up
Get locked
and
in.
pay it off when it's need to.
Air Canada Vacations can help. Right now, they've got new bookings for sun destinations. You can save up to $250 a person. So for like you, Randy, a family of four, that's $1,000 saving on any select vacation package that you choose from. And with Air Canada Vacations, you always earn Aeroplan points, and I know you're a member as well as I. And on occasions, there are also extra bonus Aeroplan points that the ACV offers, as well as that we offer by booking through our office if you're a member of our travel club. And once you've got all those Airplan points, they're really easy to use now. What you can do is convert them to a gift card, an Air Canada gift card. And then, like I say, if you've got a package with us or any other travel agent, all you got to do is call in, give us a copy of that card or whatever, and we can apply that to your package for you so that you
Nice.
can use up those miles to help pay for everything. And that doesn't matter if you're traveling Europe, the sun destinations, kind of anywhere that Air Canada has a package.
Hmm. I like it.
Yeah, TTC Travel includes names like Trafalgar, Cost Saver, Insight Vacations, Luxury Gold, Brendan Tours. We've been talking about them a lot the last few weeks. Again, really important. They've got some great last minute spring getaways and summer vacations still available. And even this fall, you can save up to $4,000 on over 250 tours through the combination of those suppliers. And again, if you book your air with them, they're going to throw in another $200. And again, maybe you've looked at them or heard about them or whatever, but you're not really sure what they're all about and everything. So if you want to get some personal info right from the source, all of the brands are coming to the Cardell Theatre in Calgary the night of May 29th. They're going to be here from 6 to 8:30. So if you'd like to go, give us a quick shout or send us an email, and we'll hook you up and get you an invitation.
Sounds like fun.
Hurtigruten Expedition Cruises, not your ordinary cruise lines. They get you up close and personal, both on land and on the ship. A lot of times with scientists and things on board that you can actually get involved in right on the ship. So right now, savings up to 45% on Antarctica cruises. A really great one that they do, Galapagos cruises, 2-for-1 bucket list item. Some great savings on those, and savings on other sailings too. So we've still got some space on some 2024, and again, a fair bit more space on 2025 dates if you're interested.
Get a selfie with a penguin.
Well, Galapagos is really cool because again, you get right on the land and you see the big iguanas, like you say.
Mm-hmm.
If you're
Mm-hmm.
doing Antarctica, you're right on land again. You got the penguins. Back again to the Galapagos too. You're on the beach with the seals, and again, these ones are really cool because again, they have scientists and naturists and all that kind of stuff on board that are
Mm-hmm.
actually your tour guides. So, you're getting again information right from the sources, so to speak.
Sounds good.
Windstar Cruises, both sailing ships and boutique yachts. And again, we love these guys. Every week on Thursday, they come out with their 7-for-7 offer. So 7 sailings on sale for 7 days. This week, we've got some great sailings in the French Riviera, Greece, Tahiti, Costa Rica, and more. And the cool thing about these guys is they're, again, the smaller ships. So they're getting into ports and destinations that these big cruise ships can't get you into. And, lots of departures still left in 2024 and 25 departures with low to no solo supplement on a lot of those sailings. And again, you'll never get lost in the crowd on the ships because the yachts only have 148 to the bigger ships 342. So again, still not a lot of people. So even solo travelers, feel as if they're with family. And again, a lot of times you feel like you're sailing on a small private yacht when you
Mm-hmm.
get into the smaller ships like that. So cool way to
Hmm.
travel.
I would like to try a Windstar cruise. I think they'd be cool.
Holland America Cruise Lines got their anniversary sale, up to 50% off and up to $300 onboard credit. So I'm sure that they have a sailing somewhere that could be on your list, or if not, we'll figure out what's on your list. So give us a call and we can have that discussion and give you your options.
I love Holland America.
Again, they do a really good job, and a lot of people think that again, because they've been around so long, the average age, yeah, is still up there compared to maybe some of the other cruise lines. But I know they're working really, really hard to get the feeling that they're not the stuffy guys anymore. I had some a couple families traveled on Alaska cruise, and they had a fantastic time with their young kids on there. So again, they've got something for everybody.
They do, and I'm a bit of a Holland America snob, so only because I was a former crew member, so I have a soft spot for Holland America.
And if you don't want to take the kids or you just prefer to have that adult only scene, Virgin Cruises is a great way to sail. Have to be 18 plus on board, no single supplements for solo travelers, limited cabins on each sailing. Luxury cruising, meaning more value, not dollars, so not necessarily what you'd expect. The feeling is not pretentious on board the ship. Getting dressed up for dinner may mean your best Hawaiian shirt and khakis from your closet, or you get totally dressed up in a suit. They usually have a couple of theme nights, pajama party, and a Scarlet Night, which is all red if you wanted to participate in those and bring those with you on board. Over 20 plus restaurants, Michelin star chefs, 24/7 food, no extra charges in any of the restaurants, so you can go and eat as much as you like. No buffets. They do give you a beverage credit because everything is done by that. But even that beverage credit, for a lot of times, for most people, they find they don't spend it. when they're partaking on board, because the drink prices are really, really reasonable. And right now they've got up to 80% off the second guest on select sailings. So,
Ooh, that's a good deal.
mm-hmm. And actually, my nephew and his wife, they traveled on it with a couple other couples here back just before Christmas, whatever. And he said he would definitely go back again in a heartbeat. It was so good.
Nice.
Doing more and more of these. Once I have a conversation with some of our clients, maybe you've got a large family, or maybe between your brother and sister's family combined, you're 10 plus people. We always talk about you and my family would easily make up a group. So ask if you qualify for a group rate. Lots of multi-generational family travel that 10 plus people are really easy hard to find. I just did some airfares for some clients that are going to Puerto Vallarta. They have a timeshare down there, so they've got enough rooms and everything, but they did just the air. Maybe it's your favorite friends or couples that you wouldn't mind spending some time with. It could be any kind of trip. Like I say, it could be air, all-inclusive cruise, adventure travel like Hurtigruten, Costa Rica, Africa, river cruise. I mean, if you're not sure, just ask your friendly travel agent that you're dealing with. Hey, we've got this many people. Could we get a group rate?
And if you're short a couple, you can always ask us.
Exactly. We're available. Or we might even be able to help you find some people to fill that in. You never know. Because I know a lot of times we do that when we have wedding groups and stuff.
Yeah.
Our agents will, if they need a few more people or whatever to fill up that group, they'll send it out to us, and then we'll sell into it. And the people that are going take advantage of the great savings. Don't even know they're part of the wedding because it doesn't show.
Sounds good.
And again, every week, thank you to all our clients, and to you, hopefully our new clients, for listening each week. Remember to like both Crowfoot Travel and the Informed Traveler Facebook pages. I know your page has always got great up-to-date information and everything. And also check out our websites. There's more information there as well. We try to keep you updated on the ongoing travel situations and give you some great travel stories, some tips, tricks, and advice, along with some great travel offers and savings. So keep us in mind.
It all sounds good. What's the number?
In Calgary, 403-241-7140. And outside of Calgary, you can call us toll-free, 877-511-5511. Then you can relax. It's all taken care of.
Indeed, sir.
Have a great week, everyone.
And that is our show for this week. If you have comments or questions, we'd love to hear from you. If you have a show idea, send that along as well. My email is randy@theinformedtraveler.org. And if you like what you heard, tell a friend. You can check out our website too at theinformedtraveler.org. In the meantime, thanks for listening, travel safe, and be an informed traveler.